small businesses can benefit by opting into co-ops, so let's find out a little bit more by turning to this week's board of directors. Adam Schwartz is the founder and principal of the Cooperative Way, a consulting firm dedicated to improving the operations of cooperatives. Micah Rosenblum is an entrepreneur and an angel investor. He's a partner at Founder Collective, a seed stage venture fund. And Stella Grisant is the founder of Whoopa, a company that designs creative team building experiences. Great to see all of you guys.
Great to be here.
Thanks.
So Adam, this is so interesting. We were just having a conversation about, for Carpet One, if you're a part of this collective, you have to be called Carpet One. But what if you have your own brand and you're being clobbered by the big guys and you want to get purchasing power? Can you join a cooperative and not have to change your brand?
Some operate by having a shared brand, and others operate by maintaining the local brand, but they still have the buying power behind the scenes. So it's really a decision that the cooperative members make themselves. And what's so powerful about the model is that the owners decide. It's not a group of outside investors that are doing so. And the model's been around in its modern form since 1844, and it works in all different scale and size of businesses.
So if you're watching this at home and you think, oh, this sounds like a great idea, what do you do?
For businesses, there are purchasing co-ops in every different sector, from hospital to furniture to plumbing supplies to air conditioners, whatever it is you might be in. There are also other types of cooperatives, producer co-ops. Those are some of the best known brands that you might know of, like Cabot Cheese or Welch's or Florida's Natural, where the producers, the farmers, own the co-op. There are also consumer cooperatives, credit unions, electric co-ops, housing co-ops, where those consumers own the co-op. And finally, there are worker co-ops where workers own the business. So it really depends on what people's interests are, the type of co-op that they might want to join.
What things do you have to be worried about? Or what questions should you be asking?
Well, I actually have a question about, what about freelancers and service-oriented people? Can they create co-ops? Because I feel like there's a rumbling of collectives popping up that act like co-ops, but they might not know it. What about, independent people who are marketers, accountants, lawyers? Can they rally together to get a cheaper share of voice out there, so they're not the little guy fighting the big guy?
Right. That's a really good question. In fact, I've just formed an affiliation with a group called CDS Consulting Co-op, which is just that. It's a cooperative of consultants, people scattered throughout the country, but we share resources, a website, and other information to make us more competitive against other folks. Mm-hmm. There's also a group called the Freelancers Union, right, which is not a cooperative, but I'd say cooperative spirited, mm-hmm, in that they're working together to form, to give healthcare benefits to those folks.
But what are the dangers of this? I mean, it sounds great, right? You get your products cheaper, you get marketing that you're not paying as much for, but now you have to deal with other people running your own business.
Absolutely. So there is a slight loss in independence that you are going to have to give up, but it's for a greater good, so that you can get to scale, so that your business can be sustainable. So you have to measure whether it's the right fit for you.
I'm just curious, Micah, you work with a lot of small companies, seed stage companies. Does this sound like something that would fit with the companies you work with, or no?
Yeah, I was just thinking about what is the role of technology and the internet play, and I can see it from both sides, and maybe a question to you, on the one hand, the internet has made it easier for the small business to get, to get a presence and to build a marketing presence. On the other hand, the internet is, very noisy, and it's incredibly hard to rise above that because everybody can to build a presence. So, be curious if you're seeing that as the internet has grabbed hold and more small businesses are online, is that an incentive to join a co-op, or does it mean it's easier to actually stay independent because you can use the internet to market your wares and so forth?
There are organizations, there are IT and web cooperatives of designers where have come together in the service-oriented area. So one of the things that makes co-ops such a powerful business model is that all co-ops live by the 7 co-op principles, and one of those is concern for community and cooperation among cooperatives. So people do this on a voluntary basis, and they have an economic participation and member control of the business. So it works in a variety of different types of businesses. Really, there's really no sector of our economy that is untouched by it. It's a matter of creating it.
So Adam, I just want to end this by saying, is there one place that somebody can go if they have questions about this?
There are a variety of different cooperative support organizations depending on the sector that you're interested in, and there's a lot of information available, obviously on the web. and through our organizations to support the types of businesses that you might be interested in.
So you have to do your research.
Right.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much. This was great. I think really important for a lot of small businesses to know, because I'd say a lot of small businesses don't know about cooperatives.
Yep.
So thank you guys so much for all of your advice here.
Carpet stores were closing up like flies around here. And I said, it's not going to be us.
Fran Finkavella, an independent carpet store owner in Detroit, Michigan, is certainly a realist when it comes to business.
We were in desperate shape.
Hi, nice to see you.
But we just hung on and worked hard, cut back some salaries, cut back some help.
The big boxes were coming in, the Lowe's and the Home Depot were coming in. They were taking most categories and monopolizing them, and really putting the locals out of business.
Howard Brodsky, founder and CEO of CCA Partners, is a fighter. Located in Manchester, New Hampshire, his organization helps the small fries.
The local independent business person has the brains, and they have the talent, but they don't have a scale.
Individually, none of these small businesses has much buying power. But together, as members of the CCA Retail Cooperative, they can compete with anybody.
You have to level the playing field. And I think what we do is we level the playing field so we have the same tools and the same scale as the big boxes.
The Carpet One Cooperative membership is made up of more than 1,100 flooring retailers like the Francavellas.
When we buy something, we're buying it at X amount. I have no idea what the guy down the street is buying it for, but there's no way he can buy it at what I'm buying it for. We have 1,100 stores. So how can one independent retailer buy it at the price point that we have?
We buy literally multi-billion dollars worth of floor covering, which puts us in the same line as the Home Depot and Lowe's.
When you factor in the other industry cooperatives managed by CCA Partners, you realize Howard's Retail Cooperative is a very, very large business.
We're actually bigger than Starbucks. We're bigger than Bed Bath & Beyond. That's our combined, all the different divisions we have within CCA Global Partners.
For the Francavellas, membership in the Carpet One Cooperative gives them the extra leverage necessary to get the price breaks they need to survive.
You own your own store, but you buy your merchandise as a co-op with all these other dealers. So Carpet One has all this clout.
The more you buy, the better you buy it for. So it's kind of like bulk food. The larger the purchasing power, we have better pricing.
Kathy Buchanan is Fran's daughter. She's one of 3 siblings who now run the day-to-day operations.
It's 2 yellow, so let me have a roll of the Sandstorm as well.
All right.
This would probably sell for about $4 a square foot, but I have it at about $2.28 a square foot. Because I bought it at an amazing price point, I can in turn turn that savings over to the consumer.
As co-op members, the Francavellas are also the shareholders. Twice a year, they divide up the profits and receive rebate checks that collectively total into the millions.
If we were not members of the Carpet One Co-op, I wouldn't have a rebate check to make my mom happy with 2 times a year. It's like, how much is the rebate check, sweetheart?
Hey, I got the rebate check. I think you're going to be very, very happy. It's about double what we got 6 months ago. I know.
This coming summer, we'll reach $1 billion of rebates back to the members, which is an amazing number. In a typical year, we'll pay out somewhere around $35 to $40 million.
By pooling their buying power this way, these Carpet One members have managed to survive the recession much better than non-members.
If you look at the industry, at the start of the recession 4 years ago, there were 16,000 independent floor covering stores. Today, this is less than 12,000. So 4,000, almost 25% of the industry was gone due to the recession. We had a net loss of a membership within our system of only 50 people from the beginning of the recession to the end of recession.
It has a little velvety look to it. Now there's something a little bit more velvety than that, and a little tighter. It is very, very tough. The whole landscape's changed. People, have lost their homes, lost their jobs, lost everything. All the houses are upside down. People have, so they are watching every penny.
We don't want you to pay your COD until you're totally satisfied, 100%.
If they were not members of the co-op, first of all, they would be paying more for their product on the floor because they would not have the scale. Second, they would be paying more for insurance. They'd be paying more for marketing. and they would have less sophisticated marketing.
At the age of 82, Fran still has big dreams for the store, which she and her husband, Carl Sr., started 44 years ago. She takes great pride in the dedication of her 3 children, Carl, Bob, and Kathy.
I don't know how many people can have children that work with them and love what they're doing and have a future. It actually makes me tear up, because for them to love the business and know that it's going to pass on to them is a wonderful thing.